नमस्कार। What makes a company successful? एक बेसिक सवाल का अगर हम जवाब ढूंढने जाएंगे तो it boils down to few basic access that companies earn over a period of time. जैसे कि access to capital, access to talent, basically employees, access to customers, right? Ability to see multiple cycles, मतलब diversified cash flow streams, because हर cycle में कुछ अच्छी चीजें होती है, some things which are bad, and therefore ability to see through multiple cycles, right? And a right product fit which provides value to its customers. Now, if you think about each of these basic tenets, there are certain companies which, by virtue of operating in India over the course of the last multiple years, decades, some of them even centuries, have earned the trust and respect of all Indian citizens who end up being their consumers. Many of them end up being their employees. Sometimes, banks and other institutions provide them cheaper cost of funding. What I'm speaking about are some of our larger companies, or what we call as conglomerates, who operate in multiple sectors. These are of varying groups, the Tata Group, the Aditya Birla Group, the Mahindra Group, etc., which operate in multiple sectors, from the food that we eat, from salt to pizza, to the clothes that we wear, to the infrastructure and the housing that we live in. They touch in every aspect of a common Indian life. Okay? Now, the real ability of these companies is that they, by virtue of having such a huge amount of access to customer base and the respect of the customer base, their ability to move into newer sectors and to succeed in them improves quite significantly compared to other companies who have to start from scratch. Okay? The second key difference for these companies is that most companies, make their future source of profits from the investments that they make today. Today we are in a very interesting juncture, jahan pe we think that we are building a new India for the course of the next 30, 40, 50 years. And these are the companies that are taking the lead in many of the future sunrise sectors. Think of sectors like electric vehicles, hydrogen ecosystem, solar, space, defense, fintech. What we see is that a large number of these conglomerate companies, these larger companies, are actually investing significant sums of money in these kind of new sunrise sectors. So much so that when we did this analysis, out of the top 1,000 companies which are listed in India, roughly about 34 business houses or these conglomerates account for close to about 46% of all the capex that's happening today in India. That's an outstanding number, right? Such few companies which are actually putting their money to work by investing into the future of tomorrow. And this is the opportunity that we think over a period of time, as and when many of these capex comes into the ground, factories get created, new sectors get envisaged, and then it translates into cash flows and profits 3 years, 5 years, 7 years down the line. And that is the value that eventually will accrue to the shareholders of these conglomerates. So this is the opportunity that we see, which is very unique. The other interesting facet of many of these large business houses in India is that what we are seeing today is an influx of the next generation of many of these companies into their businesses. They're all between 35 to 45, 50 years old, which means that they come in with new dynamism, they come in with new ideas, and are seeking to reimagine their own business houses in terms of how it will evolve with the India of tomorrow. So therefore, friends, this is a very interesting opportunity, which is in terms of investing in some of our largest business houses in a very focused manner, operating across sectors. They operate in cement, they operate in FMCG, they operate in IT, they operate in finance, many of them operate in infrastructure. But more importantly than what they currently are operating in, they are investing into the sectors of tomorrow, right? And they are putting the money to where their mouth is by investing significantly higher than most other companies at this point of today. Thank you.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.